1957 mag here. This is going to be a quick look of the Kershaw Tremor, model number 1950ST. We will be going over the specifications, price point, fit and feel, primary and secondary concepts of use, and out-of-the-box sharpness and final thoughts. Okay. The steel on this is a 8CR13 MOV. It's a bead-blasted finish. Okay. It's a Chinese stainless steel, tempered is 56 to 58 range, and it's often compared to the AUS 8 but with slightly more carbon. Okay, the scales on this are G10 scales. So G10 scales usually are fairly grippy, so that's good. The blade length on this is 3 3/4 inches long. The close length on this is 5 1/4 inches. And the overall length of this blade is 9 inches. The weight is a fairly stout 6 ounces. It's got the SpeedSafe assisted opening. It is a liner lock, and you can see that the lockup on this is pretty solid. You can see the liner is really thick on this one, which accounts somewhat for the weight. It does have a pocket clip. It'll go tip up or tip down, but it's not reversible. It is a flipper type blade, which only there's no thumb studs. And because of the side of this, the flipping is a little slow. Let me show you. You can hear it really clicks in there nice. But the flip's not quite as fast as some of the smaller blades. The blade type on this, if you look at it, it's a trailing point, and that's usually when it comes down and then comes back up. That's called a trailing point. The grind on this, it's a hollow grind, which makes it very sharp. The fit and feel on this, okay, actually for my hands, and my hands again are about medium size, but they're kind of chunky because of my weight, it's really solid. Okay, I like the way it feels. With the G10 scales, your hand really digs in there, and it feels really good. Now, it's a large blade, so your thumb placement's here. There's a cutout for it. There is no jimping, which is kind of disappointing because this blade again is fairly large, but some jimping would be nice, specifically in here. You don't need any on the blade. And let's look at the blade centering. We get up here. It's kind of hard to see. I think the centering on this one is off. It's kind of leaning to the one side, but it doesn't seem to affect the performance as far as coming out. As far as the blade movement back and forth, there seems to be a little bit, and that, I don't know if that's, but it's not too bad. Again, it's not as tight as some of them I've seen. As far as the blade, it seems to be pretty solid in there. I have not done that type of testing yet. Anyway, if you look at this blade, again, it's a large blade. Let's see, with the trailing point, this kind of blade is good at slashing and also at penetration. With G10 grips, The way it fits really nice in the hand. Again, I think this is really good for slashing and for penetrating it. I think the primary concept of use on this, even though there's no jimping on this, but it doesn't seem like you need it with the G-Town scales, you know, I don't think your thumb's going anywhere. But again, with some jimping, it would be a lot better. But I think for primary concept of use on this blade would be a tactical and combat. Specifically that it weighs 6 ounces. I don't think it could really be a the primary concept of use really couldn't be EDC. It's just too heavy for that. But as your secondary knife you might carry, which would be a tactical combat knife, I think this would work really well. Now, as far as the secondary use, you could carry it as an EDC blade if you like to carry a heavy one, so I would say that would be its secondary concept of use. So if you wanted to combine an EDC everyday carry for general purposes and make that also be your tactical and combat knife, this one could do the job. Now let me tell you about the price point on this. This knife has been discontinued by Kershaw. So right now the price point on this knife, I've checked on eBay, is $20, which is really amazing. So again, if you like a little bit larger knife to carry as your EDC and or your tactical EDC, this is, from a budget standpoint, you know, a really good blade for that. Next thing we should do is just check the blade sharpness right out of the box. Just like a lot of the Kershaws with the serrations on this, and this is really sharp. Let's see if we can get a teeny curl on this. Oh yeah, look at that. So again, it's made in China, but you know, I mostly say this is a good deal, a good buy at $20. I don't think you could go wrong at that price point if you're looking for one. Okay, so my final thoughts on this. This is really good for EDC tactical and EDC regular blade. You could use it for either. I think it would be acceptable. It's got a good steel on it. It comes out of the box really sharp. I don't think it's razor sharp, but it's really sharp. Again, would I buy one again if I misplaced it a lot? This one, for $20, absolutely. It's really a good sized blade. It feels good in the hand, and I think you'd be happy with it. Anyway, thanks for your time. Have a great day, and remember, long live rock and roll and the American dream.